Hi, I'm Mac McCarthy, and I help people with their breakups. And I got another story here that just came in that I want to share with you guys. And if you have a breakup story that you want to share with me and get my take on a YouTube video just like this, please visit writemac.com. Or if you'd like to book a live coaching session with myself, then also visit writemac.com. So there's my little commercial. Let's get right into this story. Hey Mac, I hope you can help me. I hope I can help you too. I came across your YouTube videos on YouTube and when I was searching no contact. This might not be exactly for you, but I find that you have a good grasp on the subject of relationships. Thank you. I think I do too. I am a 54-year-old woman, divorced for several years now. I got in touch with an old crush 28 years ago. Well, that's kind of a cool story. He is 50 years old, so 4-year difference, no big deal. Actually, he got in touch with me via Instagram messaging. This man's been married for over 22 years, and his children are now adults in college. Okay, so 22 years, he probably has a stale relationship. Maybe I'm wrong. I haven't read this fully yet, but maybe I'm wrong. I did not think anything of it because we always had a hello goodbye relationship. He started texting me on a regular basis, just talking about life in general. Of course, it did get sexual. Wow, that was quick. From texting to getting sexual. Telling me that his marriage is pretty much sexless and there is no sexual relations between his wife and him. I think this is actually quite common in relationships of 22 years. I'm not surprised. And it's accepted by both parties if they had kids. It happens a lot. They don't share that with everyone around, but he works the night shift and his wife only works part-time during the weekend. So there was a lot of texting between each other because I work 4 days a week as a nurse. That's a great job. Fulfilling, and you get 3 days off a week. That's nice. On a side note, I always had a crush on this guy. Like, he was the guy that got away from me. Okay, that's good to know. We never had a chance to date because I was dating someone else, and of course, he was much younger than me, and he was dating other people. Well, 4 years, it's not that much younger, but I guess at the time that you guys met, maybe it was. And what else we never had a chance to date. It's all about timing in relationships. It really is sometimes. During the course of our relationship, we would FaceTime, talk on the phone, which is great. You need to a lot of people just text all the time. You need to get in FaceTime or a video chat and read each other's emotions and body language, and that's more of a real relationship if you're long distance. Texting is misleading sometimes, and it leads to problems because people start assuming that you feel a certain way that you don't, or they lack that affection that you can actually see in a smile when you're in a video chat. Several times he stops the relationship saying he felt guilty, but always I would usually initiate a text and he'd always come back to me. The very last time was my last straw. He claims that he was only friends with this young woman that he took to the airport. She was going back to Texas to be with her husband. I don't know the background of this. We would need to talk about that further in a coaching session. She was someone that he met working in a diner. He drove her to the airport, waiting with her as she was waiting for her plane. I don't know what happened, Mac. I was so jealous that morning that I told him off via text. Well, the fact that you don't know what happened pissed you off, but you're just assuming the worst, and that could be a bad place to be in. And your insecurities are based on the fact that you're in a long-distance relationship with a lot of holes, and I believe you've already accepted the fact that he's married, but the fact that he tells you that the relationship's sexless makes you feel more secure. So now that he's talking to this other woman and he's saying, I'm assuming that they're just friends, it really threatened you. But it's not fair to assume that. And if he told you that he was taking this woman to the airport, I would venture to say that he's not doing anything. And the fact that he feels guilty talking to you, I'm sure he's not telling his wife he's talking to you because he's doing something wrong, where he told you about giving this woman a ride to the airport because he didn't feel like he was doing something wrong. Does that make sense? He's like, I don't know why you're getting so upset. I thought several times being strung along by this man, but yet he would tell me that he's afraid to get involved with me because right now he cannot leave his wife due to financial and emotional reasons. Well, that's a big reason or two. And that's a big he's got kids in college. He's got financial. The financial part's a big thing. I mean, he's at 50 years old. He's got commitments to his children probably in college. And it's just the timing of it. He cannot leave her, or it's going to be detrimental to his finances. And emotional reasons he could probably deal with, but I bet he's more hung up on the finances if I had to guess, which I completely understand. I completely understand also. I never asked him to leave his wife. I just wanted him to be with me. I'm not sure that he can be completely with you, and there's always going to be a little bit of friction. You have to accept letting him have a long leash if that's the relationship you want to have. As far, like him being able to take a woman to the airport, you have to accept that. He also said to me that he was afraid that if we did get together that he will feel so close to me that it will complicate stuff. Well, that's him being honest. Now, on a small note, if this is a long-distance relationship, he lives in one state and I live another, I'm going to the state that he lives in a couple months to visit family. We were going to actually meet and hook up. I did in haste unfriend him on Facebook and on Instagram. Well, if you want to end the relationship and you think it's best for you and it's not going anywhere long-term that you want it to go, this is how I see this going. You either accept the fact that he's married, he's not leaving his wife, not for a long time. Maybe when his kids get out of college, that might be the time, I'm guessing. Maybe he would go that route then. But at this moment right now, the next few years, I don't think he's gonna leave her, and that's always going to be a cloud over you, and that's always going to be guilt over his head, and at some level probably for you too. I sent him a text telling him goodbye, that I felt being disrespected by him and I want nothing to do with him anymore. I don't know where he disrespected you because he's been honest, but he has been disrespecting his current wife. I now tried to refriend him and follow him back on Instagram. Note, he still follows me. I'm sorry this is so long. It's now been about 5 days and I've not heard from him. My question to you is, I always get in touch with him first. This time I don't want to do that. He knows that I'll be coming to his state in 2 months. Should I just wait for him to text me, or should I really walk away from the situation? Appreciate your advice. I think you give excellent advice and I'll wait for your answer. Well, thanks for the kind words. I appreciate that. And she also said, thank you so much. I appreciate that too. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay. So the main question is, he knows that I'll be coming to this state in 2 months. Should I just wait for him to text me, or should I really walk away from the situation? What do you want? What do you want? I think you want him to text you, but you have no control over that, so it angers you and it makes you want to text him and take control of the situation. Now, what do you want moving forward long term, the next 6 months or a year from this relationship? He is 1 foot in, 1 foot out, and not even 1 foot in, 1 foot out all the time. He changes his mind quite a bit because he's got this guilt issue because he's married. That's not going to change anytime soon. This kind of relationship is never going to get past the fact that he's married and he feels guilty. It's always going to be an issue, and you're never going to have 100% of his attention until he jumps out of that current marriage. So if you can deal with that long term, you can initiate things and you guys can have this back and forth. But at what point do you want to say to yourself, I want to free myself from this relationship that is not fully fulfilling, if that makes sense? Can you do better? I'm not talking about the man. Can you do better? Can you get a better relationship? You're a nurse. You seem like that's a great career. I don't know a lot more about you, but could you find a better match if you released away from this guy? Are you closing the door to other possibilities at this point that could be a better match and a better relationship for you? Would it be more ideal to be with a guy that's not married? Would be my question. And you know what? I'm not judging you for this because this happens a lot. I mean, this happens all around the world. It's international. I'm not saying you're a bad person. I'm just saying, wouldn't it be nice if you found someone else that wasn't married and can fully give you their time? Think about it in that way. And if that's the case and that really resonates with you, then I think you should really walk away from the situation, cut off Facebook, cut off Instagram, and move forward, because you deserve better and more in a relationship. And you have to believe that first and foremost. I'm not saying this is a good guy or a bad guy or anything like that. I'm just saying he's not going to be able to provide you with 100% of his time and energy, or even 80 or 70%. And it's just going to be a problem as long as you're together or seeing each other. It's going to continuously hurt you. So I hope that helps you. Please visit writemac.com if you have a breakup story to tell, or you'd like to get my take in a video. Thank you.